Aloha everyone, and welcome to this virtual version of Bishop Museum's Planetarium. My name is Tony, and I'm the Planetarium Supervisor at the museum. This is the second in our video series about Polynesian navigation, and is an adaptation of our signature planetarium show, Wayfinders. This video will build on the introduction, so if you haven't seen it yet, you'll want to watch that one first, and then come back to this one. We'll begin with a short clip from our film, Wayfinders, which will introduce the Hawaiian Star Compass. The video looks a little odd because it's meant to be shown on our dome, not a flat screen. The center of the circle you'll see would be directly above you in the planetarium. The bottom is the front of the room, the top is the back, and so on.
Mao shared with Nainoa a technique he used to determine direction, a traditional star compass based on the rising and setting points of stars in his region of Micronesia. Nainoa used this as inspiration to develop a system that would work in any part of the vast Pacific. This would eventually become known as the Hawaiian Star Compass, a system that divides the horizon into 32 equal houses. In this compass, Hikina points east, Hema south, Komohana west, and Akau north. The houses situated between the four cardinal directions are La, Aina, Noyo, Manu, Naalani, Naaleo, and Haka. The east and west portions of the star compass mirror each other, so that a star rising in southeast Manu will set in southwest Manu, or a star rising in southeast Aina will set in southwest Aina, and so on. Using Nainoa's system, it is possible to find direction by memorizing the houses in which particular stars live. Stars are most useful when they are rising or setting. As they move higher into the sky, it is more difficult to determine direction, and a navigator must seek out new stars near the horizon. Modern navigators memorize the houses of over 200 stars across the night sky.
Now that we've learned a little bit about the Hawaiian Star Compass, we're going to explore some of how it's used. We're back to the sky we left off with from the introduction video, 9:45 p.m. in early April, seen from Honolulu. The star compass is an important tool for finding direction. You may remember how we found Hokupa'a, the North Star, using the Big Dipper in the last video, and wonder why we need to use this complicated imaginary compass if the North Star shows us north. Well, there's a couple problems with relying on just the North Star. First, the sky is rarely completely cloud-free, so the North Star and many others are often blocked by clouds. The second problem with relying on the North Star alone is that once you go south of the equator, you can't see the North Star, and all of Polynesia, except for Hawaii, is south of the equator. So other methods of finding direction are necessary. Let's explore this. We'll look over toward Komohana, or west. The house just to the right and left of Komohana is called La, the Hawaiian word for sun. The house next to La is called Aina, or land. Then Noyo, which is a type of bird. Then Manu, the general term for bird. Naalani, or the heavens. Naaleo, the voices. And Haka, which is an empty space, because not many stars live in the houses called Haka. The houses repeat around the compass in four quadrants: northwest, or Ho'olua, northeast, or Ko'olau, southeast, or Malanai, and southwest, or Kona. To specify an individual house, it's called by the quadrant it's in, and then the house name. For example, we can see the Pleiades, or Makali'i, are about to set in Aina Ho'olua, or northwest Aina. This star cluster is very important in Hawaii, because it is involved in one of the ways the changing of the seasons is marked. In late October, early November, Makali'i is seen rising as the sun sets. This is one of the traditional signs of the beginning of the Makahiki season, a time of peace and celebration. It also marks the change from the hotter, drier summer to cooler, wetter winter, which of course are the only two seasons we have in Hawaii, and really they're not all that different. Now keep in mind that everything in our sky rises in the east and sets in the west. And remember, the compass is mirrored from east to west. If Makali'i sets in northwest Aina, which house does it rise in? southwest Ina, southeast Ina, or northeast Ina? You might be tempted to say southeast Ina because that would be opposite. But remember, it's not opposite, just mirrored across east to west. Makali'i actually rises in northeast Ina and stays in the north half of the sky before setting in northwest Ina. Let's look back over here to the west. For this next bit, we'll need to memorize just a small part of the star compass. Makali'i is in Ina. The house just to the left of Ina is La, and left of La is Komohana, or west. Ina, La, Komohana. Can you say that with me? Ina, La, Komohana. Got it? This will be important in a moment. Let's demonstrate the value of this star compass. Let's imagine we are sailing to Tahiti, which is 2,500 miles south of Hawaii. We're on a va'a, a traditional voyaging canoe, in the middle of the ocean out of sight of land, just a huge circle of water all around you. To make it more realistic, we're going to remove the compass from the sky. And just to make things interesting, we'll remove the stars to simulate a cloudy sky as well. Without the stars to help us maintain direction, our va'a is going to drift off course because of the wind and currents, so we can no longer tell what direction we're facing. Now search the horizon and try to find Makali'i again. As the navigator on our va'a, it's your job to make sure you can find directions again, so we can get to Tahiti safely. So go ahead and scan the horizon. Have you found it? Makali'i is right here. Now let's try to re-find our directions based on what we remember of the star compass. Keep in mind, the stars aren't lost, you are. What house does Makali'i set in? Ina. And what house is just to the left of Ina? La. And what house is to the left of La? Komohana, or west. Okay, so if west is that way, which way are we facing? North. Does anyone know what's north of Hawaii in the Pacific? Nothing until Alaska, 3,000 miles away. That's the opposite of the way to Tahiti. So now we need to turn our canoe back to south so we can get to Tahiti. Much warmer than Alaska. From this one tiny cluster of the Pleiades popping out of the clouds, even if it's just for a moment, we can reconstruct the other directions. And using this knowledge, you can turn your voyaging canoe around to face south, the direction of Tahiti. Visit Polynesian Voyaging Society's website to learn more, and also keep an eye on the Bishop Museum Online Learning Center for more videos like this one. Mahalo for watching, and don't forget to look up.